Hello, welcome back. So we are now on day 61, looking over the village. It's doing well. Village, town. I think it's big enough to be a town now. So we still do have, as you can see, quite a lot of people infected. I don't have enough creator points though to fix them all. It's 10 per, so as you can see, I'm doing that now, but we can only get away with doing 3, and then we'll run out again. But I think as long as nobody gets down to the minimum, they won't die. So I don't think I'm going to lose anybody from this. But it was a mistake I made, so I'll keep an eye on it. Looking at the resources, you can see that we are making bricks now. This is critical for the stage that we're at, for upgrades, and for the buildings that are going to be unlocked from this process. Mainly for the upgrades though, because things like the water, storage, and collecting will be improved by upgrading. Okay, so chucking down an additional stoneworks and an additional, though I haven't done it yet, but I will be, wood refinery. So that's twice as quick getting the bricks and twice as quick getting the planks. That storage that's next to it that you can see just in front is just for storing the materials, so that we get a nice big backlog. So as we research new things and need to do the upgrades, we know we're comfortable. You can see there's an upgrade available there with a little cog above that. This is the eatery, so I'll immediately do that. 7 planks, 3 bricks, which we easily have at the bottom. You can see I've got 22 and 16. But as obviously the research goes on, more and more things will be unlocked. This will increase the eatery to allow an additional cook, so cooking twice as fast, and also the storage, so the amount of people that can eat at any one time. Again, the boats as well for the fishing pier, so that'll allow us to have 2 per building instead of 1, so get them on the way straight away. Just try and keep up really with what we can. Looking at this is the black market, and you can see we can actually get 28 bricks there, but we would have to lose 14 nuggets, so 14 people. So we give them 14 people, they give us 28 bricks. Sounds okay, but to be honest, we need the nuggets because I'm struggling to keep jobs fulfilled. So I don't do that, but that's an example of what you can do, and it refreshes on a daily basis. Now, yes, I did that, and the reason I did that was, I'm not sure. I decided I wanted to just electrocute one of the wolves because they were walking in, but as you can see, I immediately destroyed the storage facility behind it, so that was stupid. But it's done now, so we'll get that repaired. To be honest, I was seeing a long stream of wolves walking in, and I know that you get a wolf attack, so it was unnerving, but moving forward, I'll just leave them. So looking into the research, you can see we've got the town hall and working on the Ministry of Water, and I'm just looking now at some of these specialist ones that you buy with your points. I do purchase one of them, I can't remember what it is, the grass weaving. That increases the nuggets capacity to carry by +2. So it means that when they're delivering resources and moving things around, storing, etc., they'll do it, I think, twice as quick actually, because the standard is 2, depending on their might obviously, but the default is 2, so it doubles it to 4. So that way it works to move things along as well. And then there you can see I've just done the Ministry of Agriculture, which will once learn, we can then put a minister on that, and like the water Minister of Water, they will automatically put down the reservoirs and the water pumps when we need them, and the agriculture will automatically build farms when we're needing food. So over here now you can see the second stone mine or stone refinery is built. So I immediately fill that with nuggets. The wood isn't that critical, as you can see at the bottom. It's quicker, so I'll manage with that and leave it because we haven't got enough nuggets to fill it anyway. That's the random resources we got, by the way. So there's some iron, oil, and glass there. We're way off that at the minute, but it's a free resource that it will just linger there until we get to that stage. But that was from one of them 3 boxes, and you can see the eatery has been upgraded, so we can now put another chef in there, and now you can have 4 people eating at once, which is basically doubled all around. Okay, so let's improve the farming facilities a bit more. Not only for the fact that the more you grow, the more food you get, right? Obviously, that's, well, obvious. But also, you have to grow different types of things for medicine, food, and then various other things. So having more farms gives you the ability to do more varieties. So I chucked down 2 more farms, I think, here, or maybe 1. To get some other crops growing. I've not really looked at what I need versus what I have, but of course what I'm actually doing is just making sure that I have the option. Yeah, there's 2 more there. So I have the option then to grow an additional crop type or 2. And then, as is the plan for everything that you should do too, is make sure that you're always, as you're expanding, especially if you're going to the outskirts, to include a engineer's hut and make sure it's all covered to be repaired should something get damaged. Okay, so you could see there that the fishermen's huts are upgraded, so that means now there's 2 boats and 2 fishermen per building, so we've now got 4 going. You can see there's an extra boat there. That's not 3 for that building, it's 2. It's just come from the other side, but somebody coming over shortly. Again, nugget wise, we are running a little bit low on unemployed people. I think the top right hand corner you can see there's 4 unemployed. Okay, so as we can see, a riot has broken out. This is actually something that don't happen very often. I was a bit lost when it happened, to be honest, but I know why now. So the reason is that the city's crime and happiness is terrible because I forgot to build the parks, even though I'm now building bricks. So I do try and fix this, but they're trashing my fishery at the minute. So I try and use a spell of joy to make everybody happy, right? Because happy people don't get angry, but that didn't work. They got happy and immediately started setting fire to the building. So I did consider using the tornado. You saw me hover over it there, but that would wipe out my base too. So I thought kickstart may work because it's supposed to force them to go back to work. That did nothing either. So realistically, the solution here is to make people happy by actually building the things they need. They just have to get this out of their system, and they did. I think it ended up, most of these dissipated after I scared them doing a bit of picking up trees. 1 survived, and that 1 ended up just being picked up by me and then moved away and dropped, not from a great height, but high enough that he then didn't come back. I'll swing. So here we go. One of the things you can see now, the crime level is very low. So all it took was a couple of parks, and that's the second one that's just been completed there. Put down 3 spread out across the town village at the minute. But that just means that the now crime limit has gone down. Top left hand corner you can see that the face is green, which means everybody's happy. And that should stop any more riots moving forward. I'm just checking here that I've got a Ministry of Food in place, which could do hunters' huts, farms, and the eateries. And then there was also the Minister of Water in place as well that will automatically put down water pumps. As you can see, that one there, the most random, strangest place because there's not really any water showing there, but they have built it. Now going into this, I know that we run out of water and there's been a bit of a disconnect somewhere, and the disconnect is probably me. That person there, as you can see, is struggling for water. That's the last person that was rioting as well, so as you can see I picked up the tree and scared them off. But they're also very thirsty. And as we move forward into winter, everybody starts to get thirsty, and the buildings too. So we'll jump over to there and see how we solve that problem. Okay, so mistakes were made. I've sounded the horn, which tells everybody to hide from the wolf attacks. And as you can see, them 2 wolves were the ones responsible for killing, I think, 4 of our nuggets, to be honest. What happens next is unexpected, and I'll do it different next time. So, the wolves apparently set on fire, or at least that's the only thing that's there, right, that's setting on fire. And as you can see, it's melting the snow because heat does that. So to put it out, the only way I can put out a fire is to make it rain, but I don't have enough creation points to make it rain. So this fire is going to get out of hand, and I'll be honest, I don't know how or why. I mean, it could spread to the tree to the left of it slightly, but it does linger. And what will actually happen is, you will see coming up, is that it gets a lot worse before it gets better. So here we go. I've sped it up just to save time for you, and the principle is the same anyway. You can see the fire is getting out of hand, and I am desperate for creator points to make it rain. We need 40. I've got 39. There you go. It ticks on to 40, so I make it rain. Now, what's mind-blowing to me is that you can see that there's a fire there, and the Christmas tree is on fire, which is the first time I've seen a Christmas tree in this game. But anyway, the Christmas tree is on fire, and it won't go out. The rain is on there. It is definitely raining on that area, but it doesn't do it. So you can see the fire is now spreading. We have 11 creator points. I'm having issues, so I do what I don't do unless it's an emergency there, and sacrifice a person. Sacrificing a person allows me to pay for another rainstorm, and this time the rain works and the fire is out. Again, sacrificing people is a last resort normally to how I play the game, but in emergencies I will, because we would have lost a lot more of the city and likely a lot more nuggets if I'd have let it carry on. So we can rebuild the buildings that were destroyed. We can have a quick look at the Christmas tree now. It's not on fire. Very nice. And we can now move on, hopefully, without any more tragedies, right? Is the plan, anyway. So as I mentioned earlier, things got worse, and there you can see that they have got worse. So all of the buildings now coming up saying they've got no water. You can see that the reservoirs are showing empty. The rain symbol above them is a hint. Basically, you can make it rain over them and get water that way, even in the middle of winter, because the snow and rain still fills them up. It won't be enough to keep the town going, but what it will be enough for is to keep the nuggets with drinking water up so they don't die. The best solution really is the only solution, and again you can see we only have 32 points, so once again, and the second and final time for this episode, I sacrifice another person. That gives us another 48, I think it is roughly, creator points, which allows us to make it rain. And as you can see, I make it rain over the reservoirs, and immediately they start gaining water. The water then goes into the drinkable water side, and people come running to drink it. As soon as it's produced,
things are beginning to look green and happy again.
Drank.
Let's take a moment to appreciate it.
It keeps them alive, and then just in the nick of time, which I didn't know at the time, but you can see spring's now come around, so maybe that person that I killed didn't need to be, but rest in peace, we'll move on because it's done already. Now we do have a Minister of Water, and you can see the green things are showing the buildings that you've already got placed. I'm putting some extra reservoirs down myself, and I'm spreading them about, because one thing that is important is that they need to travel to get the water, right? So if you spread them out around the city, they have to walk less. There's less chance of them dying before they actually get it. So all I've done there is actually put some down manually. The person that does it for us will do, but I think it just happened too close to winter and things went wrong. So I'm just making sure that by next winter we'll have at least 2 more of the reservoirs to keep our people safe and happy. So here we are. This is a dead person that's got infected, and the infection will spread to anybody that walks past the dead corpse. If they're not being picked up quick enough, you can do it yourself. So using telekinesis here, 5 creator points as standard. Picking the person up and then blindly looking for the, there it is, blindly looking for the burial site and throwing them in there. And as you can see, that's now 6 people, I think, that's buried. And that way it stops them from causing any problems with the plague. You can, of course, use your rejuvenation spell to get rid of the plague that's on them, but that's more expensive. So it's cheaper just to pick them up and put them back to be cremated or buried, depending on what your settings are. But on that note, we're going to end the episode here. Looks like day 81. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please click like. Any comments are welcome. Any queries on how to play the game, or if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. Subscribe for more videos. Take care. Goodbye.